It's time now for a look latest in local news and the news. Some excitement Friday night at JC Stadium besides the football game is around 9:30 p.m. on Friday evening on the visitor side of the stadium. 18-year-old Adrian Camarino of Brunswick, Georgia, was arrested by the Brunswick PD, who had a warrant out for his arrest, charged with armed robbery that occurred earlier that day down in Glenn County. Somehow the Glenn County Police Department learned that their armed robber decided to take him to Wayne County Ware County football game, but he was apprehended by Brunswick Police. Again, Brunswick investigators notified the Wayne County Sheriff's Department and Jesup PD that Camarino was reportedly at the stadium. Deputies made contact with the suspect at the stadium. After a brief attempt to elude police, he was taken into custody, transferred to Glenn County, besides wanted for the armed robbery. That day, he also has other felony warrants in Glenn County. He is from Glenn County. Again, 18-year-old remains in the Glenn County jail at this time. Georgia State Patrol investigating the death of a 53-year-old man in Hinesville who was on a bicycle and was hit by two vehicles. It happened around 7:15 p.m. last night. The man was riding a bike across Highway 84 from the Chevron gas station to Casey Drive when he was struck by not one but two vehicles. Police say it's too early to determine if there will be criminal charges as the investigation is ongoing. The man's name has not been released at the time of this report. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, the state of Georgia is preparing to count the 5 million votes cast in the presidential election for a third time as the FBI and GBI conduct investigations into threats being made against some state election officials. On Saturday, President Donald Trump's campaign filed a petition for the recount in the state of Georgia, which is entitled under Georgia law because Joe Biden's margin of victory is less than 0.5%. On Saturday, the state's voting systems manager, Gabriel Sterling, had to have police protection around his home as he received several threats against him. On Sunday, Deputy Secretary of State Jordan Fuchs says that FBI and GBI are investigating threats against Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger and his team. Trump's request comes after Saturday when Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger certified the totals and Governor Brian Kemp by law certified Biden's victory in the state of Georgia. Totals showed Biden winning by more than 12,000 votes. Trump blasted Kemp and Raffensperger on Twitter, writing that another review of voter signatures on absentee ballot envelopes could have found illegal ballots. Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue have released statements supporting Trump's request for a recount that includes signature matching. Raffensperger on Saturday once again defended the integrity of the election, saying the state's election system has never been more secure or trustworthy. Governor of Georgia says he understands the president's frustration, but according to Georgia law, the governor has to certify the election results, and Kemp says he's simply following Georgia law. The state of Georgia has the attention of everyone across the U.S. as on January 5th, voters will decide two runoffs in the U.S. Senate, and the early voting period for those runoffs begins on December 14th in the state of Georgia. Vice President Mike Pence in Georgia campaigning for the two Republican candidates, Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, were running against the Democratic candidates Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. Pence told the crowd, "We need you to do everything in your power to make certain that your two Republican senators will be there to check on the agenda of the radical left." Pence says it's up to Georgia. If both Democrats win, Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, the vice president serves as the tiebreaker vote, and that would be Kamala Harris when Joe Biden takes the oath of office. Georgia Senate race is just 6 weeks away, and on Sunday, Democratic candidate Raphael Warnock was campaigning in Liberty County with a campaign rally. Warnock told the group gathered that he wants to focus on access to health care if elected. He says the problem with our politics right now is that it's too much about the politicians. He says as long as we're thinking about the politicians rather than the people, he says he believes we'll remain divided. Once again, the early voting on these runoffs begins here in the state of Georgia on December the 14th. It'll be a 3-week early voting period leading all the way up to January the 5th. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages. So please final notes and news. Wayne County Schools closed for the Thanksgiving holiday. We here at WIFO FM want to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving holiday. A reminder that many have begun their Christmas shopping, and local area downtown merchants are providing a lot of great deals for the Christmas shoppers. As always, we encourage everyone to shop at home this Christmas season. Also, don't forget that Wayne County Toy Drive is underway as the Exchange Club, Rotary Club, and Kiwanis Club have all joined forces to help collect and distribute the toys to those in need. Drop-off boxes are located all around town. They're also taking monetary donations. They can be dropped off at City Hall with checks made out to the Wayne County Toy Drive. Georgia DOT says they'll be suspending lane closures for this Thanksgiving holiday, and the closures will begin on 6 a.m. Wednesday, November 25th, and run until Monday, November 30th. Statewide lane restrictions help to reduce traffic congestion during the Thanksgiving holiday. They state similar restrictions will be in place for the Christmas and New Year's holidays as well. The DOT construction engineer John Hancock says in order to provide a safer and less congested roadway, we're limiting construction-related lane closures. Although traffic volumes were down earlier this year due to COVID-19, unfortunately, fatalities on the roadways in Georgia have been up. He says he urges drivers to watch your speed, put down your cell phones, be alert and make sure you and your passengers buckle up. They state, let's make this a happy Thanksgiving for all. Again, for up-to-date information about travel conditions on Georgia's interstates and state routes, you can call 511 or visit their website, 511georgia.org, before heading out. 511 is a free service that provides real-time statewide information on Georgia interstates and state routes, including traffic conditions, incidents, lane closures, and delays due to inclement weather 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Also, don't forget the Chamber of Commerce has their first annual Let It Glow competition underway. They state there's nothing better than seeing thousands of twinkling lights on a cold, frosty night. They ask that you join them for this holiday season by beautifying your home or business in their first annual Let It Glow competition. Entry is free. Deadline to enter is December 4th. Must be decorated by December 11th to be judged. Again, entry forms are available at the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. You can call the Chamber at 427-2028. Chamber located at 261 West Plum Street here in Jesup. Also, the City of Odom gearing up for a bingo night on Thursday, December 3rd. It's going to take place at the Odom City Gym, located across the Odom Elementary School at 516 North Church Street in Odom. Again, the bingo will start at 7. Doors open that night at 6. There will be 5 rounds of bingo played. Again, several Visa gift cards ranging from $25 to $200 will be given out as prizes, also door prizes. And they ask you to bring the entire family, including the kids. Kids' door prizes, $1,300, includes $10 Walmart gift cards. 5 of those will be given away. Lemonade and tea along with popcorn and cookies will be provided as well. Any more information, call Odom City Hall at 586-2211. But again, the date is Thursday, December 3rd in the city of Odom, Georgia. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.